So on our filters tab of our financial report writer, then we have the option to do different prompts and different filters. So as of date is a prompt that you are more than likely going to want. You can leave this blank and it's automatically going to default to the current date, or you could put in a particular date for the report. So let's say you do like 7/31/2025, and I'll just leave that alone then and show you what that looks like on the report. And then I'm going to say that I do want the prompt for as of date. So even though I've got 7/31 in here as my date, because I have the prompt option, I can override that. And then I'm going to hit show time period, and then that's going to show me what dates are going to be pulled in from my different columns on the report, which is no harm to have that on. Down here then in my dimension filters, I have the option to filter out by my different dimensions. So let's say for location, I want to choose a specific location that I want to filter this report on. So like I only want to see Shannon GC for this particular report, and I don't want the prompt. So let's say you want people who are running the reports not to be able to edit that, then you wouldn't put in the prompt. So I can say I only ever want to see it for Shannon GC, and I don't want the prompt. That's especially helpful if you're memorizing these reports for particular people. And of course, you can just do all locations, and then you can include the prompt so that when you run the report, you have the option to put that in. And then, you also have all your other dimensions down here. So let's say it was a cost code related report and you wanted to prompt for that. That's something that you could turn on as well. We didn't look at this in detail yet, but on our columns tab, there's the option to expand by dimension. So if I click on this actual column, I have the option here to expand by, and I can expand by location, department, project, different things like that. So if I choose to do that, then on my filters tab, I have the option to run that then as an individual report because that's being expanded by location, let's say. So on a PDF, it would come up on your locations would be on different pages. And if it was HTML, they'd be in different sections. We'll look at that a little bit later when we are looking at a report that's built off dimensions, but we'll come back to that expand by dimension. And then hide inactives. If you have a particular dimension that is inactive and you don't want it to show on the report, you can check that off. So I have my date in as 7/31, that's prompted showing me time period, and I have a prompt for department, location, and project. I'm going to save that, and then I'm going to run the report to see what that looks like then. So for my P&L, I'm going to hit HTML, and it is automatically bringing in 7/31/2025 as the date because that's what I put on the report. If I had left that blank, it would bring in 8/26/2025 because that's today's date. But I can override this as well. So let's just take a look at the included dates here. So it's 1/1/25 to 7/31 because my first column is my year to date. And then I have current month, 1 prior period, current month, 2 prior periods. So if I change that then and I make it August, it's including it's doing 1/1/25 to 8/31. And then current month, 1 prior period, which is July, current month, 2 prior periods, which is June. And then I have the option then to drop down here on my department, location, and project and pick a particular, let's say department, a particular location, or a particular project that I only want to view the information for. So there are my different prompts that I can choose to put on or not put on to my reports within the filters tab of my financial report writer. So another one of those things where you can play around with it. Different reports are going to require different filters, and you may want to, specify the filters here and not put a prompt on if you're having particular people run them and you don't want them to be making changes to those filters. That's absolutely fine too.